I am your host with the locks that rocks, Adam Richmond, and this is your official podcast of Born and Raised, as well as Rocklahoma. This is Surviving Born and Raised, and I am joined by an amazing artist that I know from my hometown of Tahlequah, Oklahoma. What is up, Lance Roark?
What's happening? Thanks for having me, man.
Man, it is so awesome to see a local boy here.
Yeah, it's good to be here, and you just had another local as well, so shout out to Blaine Bailey.
Man, this is freaking crazy. It's like going to a reunion, but I don't know any of these guys from school. But I'm like, man, it's all local boys. Tell me something about playing this big ass festival in your backyard.
It's great. Short drive, and just being up here, I see a lot of people that I've seen at my local shows from years ago, where I used to play dive bars and stuff, and to see them out there in a crowd full of people that also are out to see me for the first time or the second or third. It's pretty incredible. It's good to be here.
Man, all right. So I know everyone's looking. We paused on this story. I wanted to make sure I got our introductions out of the way. What's up with this grill thing here, man?
So I
like it for a microphone. I'm thinking of like going down there and grabbing me one. Is it heavy? Like all
It's not bad. No, it's a pretty light. It's a lot of plastic, and I think the only metal is just that little piece right here.
Ironically, this interview has been amazing with my implant because it's like the aluminum foil. I'm like, man, I got great reception right now.
That's awesome. No, so I was on a quest to find the best grill brush possible. And so my quest took me all the way up to Canada and the icy cold provinces up there, where I met an old gentleman that used to make handcrafted grills and grill brushes.
Wow.
And so he said that he would build me a special grill. I'm just playing. It's my birthday weekend, and my parents brought me this grill brush and a few other items.
Some other stuff.
Just
Happy birthday, dude! So, is this like a birthday party?
Pretty much, just the whole weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, it works out perfect because the festival that I played at last year, I didn't play there this year.
Yeah.
Just last weekend, and so this weekend is the official, party for me. So.
I dig it. We can put the grill bridge down now there. All right. So with that being said, dude, tell me a little bit about preparing for this festival.
Well, I definitely had a lot of different rehearsal schedules made for me. That way I could get the band just as tight as I possibly could.
Right.
And just a mental rehearsal on my own for not forgetting some of my lyrics like I've done before. And just getting ready to see new fans that might not have seen me before, and just wanted to impress them and put on the best show that I could. Like you were talking about earlier, music is medicine, and I think that some of my music can be used as a form of medicine as well. So
absolutely. Tell me a little bit about your writing process and how therapeutic that is for you.
I write a lot based off of my influences from around the area, and just different stories that I've heard maybe through a friend of mine, or personal experiences as well. I don't try to write prolifically or by any means. I think that some of them might come off that way. A person had told me that one time, but I just like to write about the things that I know, and I don't want to write about something that I've never experienced or seen at least secondhand, from somebody that I've met before. So I just tell the stories of what I've kind of grown up with.
Now, being a local boy, I caught your music video. Thank you, by the way, for letting us play that. And I noticed that I know these places.
You know them places. You've been there.
I know that guy in that video too. Who was that with you in the video? Tell me a little bit about your video.
So the video that you're talking about is Big Bad Heart.
Yeah.
And so R.C. Edwards and I wrote that song together a couple years ago now, and I knew that we were going to be putting this EP out, and he and I wrote a couple of those songs on that. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to make some shots for that. And so we went down to Ned's there in Tahlequah and put together a film. And so it's R.C. Edwards and Erica Edwards, his wife, and my wife, and a few of our friends there in town.
Cool. That's awesome.
It's fun.
So What have you got going on music wise? Like, what's your next stop? Like, what are you so excited about that
Yeah.
you've got going on right now?
So I've got some cool shows coming up. I've got a few headline shows for myself. One in Spring Hill, Kansas, September 28th, and another one in Dallas for a veterans affair for a benefit for that. And then I've got some shows with Wyatt Flores. One is in Oklahoma City at the Criterion, and the biggest one for this year for me would be the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville again.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
Local boy going to Nashville. All
well,
right.
and then with Wyatt, we'll be at Kane's Ballroom for New Year's Eve.
Have you played there yet?
I played there a few times now
Nice.
at Kane's. Yeah, I love playing Kane's. It's always a huge blast.
Is it really haunted?
Is it hot?
Haunted?
Oh, I don't think so, but it might be. I haven't had any weird ghostly activity happen to me. I think the Ryman, that was it just felt different,
Oh,
certain places have an energy to them, and I believe in it.
Do you have any like experiences from the road that just like, whether it be paranormal or just like, man, that.
Let me try to think here. Just really big coincidences that I don't really believe in a coincidence. I think that everything happens in our lives and our realities for a certain reason, be it like something that we've subconsciously conjured up or just the powers of whatever is out there helping and guiding us. And so there's been a lot of like just things that have happened that's like, how did that happen, or why is it happening in such a good beneficial way or something,
Yeah.
But,
Do you ever feel like that way about like your trajectory as an artist? Like, I was asking Blaine earlier, do you have any of those moments like you just walked out, I made it?
Yeah, I have them. I try to have them as many times as I can, just because, I feel like some people can get caught up in just like trying to make it work and not really appreciating the small moments of like talking to a fan that was like, I loved Fatal Romance, like I played at our wedding, and stuff like that is just like, that's cool. Or to have messages come in talking about like, could you show me how to play this song or something? We like the guitar part in it. That's really cool, because I was that same guy at one point in time. Like, hey, reaching out to an artist is like, how do you do this? Or or watching countless YouTube videos on just like a process or something. And so it's cool to get that to happen to me nowadays.
So if you look back 5 years, is there a tip you would have given to yourself?
Oh yeah, for sure. I would say enjoy all of it as much as you can, even the little moments. I think that's the biggest thing that I've grown up or learned this year in my growth period, is just becoming more authentic and more comfortable in myself as an artist, and as an individual outside of being an artist as well. Just being more authentic and not caring what other people have to say in what direction you should go, because they think that you need to do this.
Yeah.
That's the biggest takeaway, I think, for me. In the past, if I could give myself that speech, then I feel like, who knows where I could be at today. But I'm glad that I'm learning it nowadays, because everything happens at the right time. So
Now, if you said that would you have listened?
no, not at all. Not at all. How old have I been? 22 maybe? Yeah, no, there's no way. I'd be like, yeah, that's cool, man.
Whatever
I'm gonna go back here.
Whatever you say, Boomer.
yeah.
Man, what's next for you? What do you got coming up?
Well, I'm working on a new album, and it's set to debut next year, sometime in the spring. I haven't talked a lot about it, but I've posted little clips and little side stories that maybe I'm doing something, and it's official. I am coming out with my first debut album.
So now that I got you cornered and trapped, you're going to let us debut it and all of that cool
absolutely.
stuff, right? When we air this interview.
I'll
and all
send
of
it out everywhere.
I'm saying. Appreciate it, man. So,
No problem.
man, it was awesome catching up with you and actually meeting you. It's so weird when it's like, dude, he's like from Tahlequah. He's like, I was like, how do I not know this guy?
Yeah, I feel it.
I've told some of my local friends, Brad down there at the Hawk, and Dusty over at the Skate House, and a lot of folks are like, oh, I know, man. He's such a great guy and all of this good stuff. I was like, man, that's awesome. I'm going to hang out with him out in the media tent.
I'm glad we got to meet.
Awesome. Well, before I let you go, I like to give every artist, every guest, a moment just to look their fans directly in the eyes and just, this is your time to acknowledge them, or if you've got something to plug or whatever you want to say to
absolutely.
them. The folks who watched you earlier today, Lance, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Well, I want to say thank you all so much for coming out and catching the set. I loved seeing all my old friends and all the new friends I got to meet, and we will see you all down the road.
Wonderful. For Lance Roark, I'm Adam Richmond. This is the official podcast of Born and Raised, surviving Born and Raised. And until next time, rock on.